community and doing good for the community of Islamic finance. Without any further delay, please welcome our speaker.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Brother Chairman, my respected Dr. Mustafa, Sheikh Mustafa, Professor Suhaimi. These are very close friends to me, brothers and sisters. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Previous speaker, except for Prof Suhaimi, he's mentioned about many things, but so I'd like to begin with this hadith. Instead, this hadith has been shared by our Sheikh Mustafa to me. He said that in Al-Bukhari, all right, hadith exactly is 64, 65. The most beloved deed before Allah are those that are sustainable, okay? However small it is. So from this hadith, we can say that Allah is not concerned about contribute. Okay, so in other words, if we do small things, small donations, small sadaqah, Allah SWT has regard for this as well. Okay, and with regard to the environment, there's also a verse that's mentioned, and it says that do not cause corruption in the earth when it has set in order. So with these two hadiths and also this ayat Quran, it's clearly seen that this earth has been decreed by Allah SWT, okay? That we should follow certain ways that Allah has mentioned, and we should not disturb it too much, so much that it causes a lot of flooding, a lot of landslide, and whatnot. And this has been happening in the past. It's not too late also. We've been seeing people been suffering from floods. A good example is the one in Tamamida. I choose Tamamida because actually that is a place where everybody is affected. And what has caused this? Okay, what has caused this? Have we questioned ourselves why? Which system that has caused this? A lot of misery. Okay. That has affected a lot of us. The issue is on the system itself. Okay, you have to see the system. Who created the system? Okay, is it man? Is it man that's created this system? Is it a government policy? Is it created by man as well? And also the private sector that built a house in Tamamida. Okay, I mean, these are some of the approaches that we should take in tackling these issues of sustainability. All right, the causes is quite simple: water clogging, drain clogging. But due to the rapid change, rapid development, that this system cannot cater. All right, cannot cater for this too much enhancement, and logging is another one. So as you can see, some people are debating whether is there such thing as illegal logging. But Allah SWT is rich enough to show that in Kuantan, behind of the house after the flooding, there's a lot of evidence of logging. So how to run from these facts? It's so obvious. Another one is the haze problem. So if we recall now, maybe has improved. The haze problem that has affected Malaysia and Indonesia, the strained in relationship. These are all environmental problems. And we have not been ayat Quran. And this has caused a lot of disruption. For the amount, there's one quote I found out, quite reliable quote. It costs us 1 billion, 1 billion to die in Ampang due to landslide. We came to realize that actually the intensity is so great. And we talk about life. Of course, life is one of the maqasid syariah principles. Means maqasid sustainable charity. We should discover the ayat Quran and all those first and protect our understanding before this 17 SDG. It happened to be, to me, like a coincidence that it ties together. And I would like to read just this one before I came down. Rahman 55:7. Wasama'i wa fa'al wa idatil mizan. So it's a relation of imbalances, and in Surah Rahman has clearly mentioned, and okay, then there's another one in Rahman also 8, that you do not transgress within the balance, and also 55:9, wait with justice and do not give for short measure. So there's enough of this ayat. Quran has mentioned. So what is the solution? Okay, what is the solution? There must be solution to some certain problems. Okay, so the solution, as I can see, is that we need to look back at our approaches and understanding what is actually development. Okay, and the best, has been also mentioned about the balance, is to adopt a moderation or a wasatiyah approach. Okay, in what we are doing. Of course, this requires a lot of thinking. Imbalance means what? There's certain policy that we need to adjust and what. But to me, there's no issue regarding development. Okay, no problem. In fact, we have university, very nice developed. But then, take care about the market principles or not, and about for them responsible to what happened in this earth. Our understanding of sustainability with community engagement. This is some text that's going out, and we need to attach what our understanding, flagship project, so on and so forth. So if you pick up from the sustainability variables, right? Okay, this has been clearly mentioned in the UN goals. So we can pick up that planet, okay, the people, the maqasid, us, and then how we are going to make sure that we are following the right path in tackling this. Another approach that is okay to the community. Different for individual pursuit towards religion, example. And for example, taking care of water in the kampong, the food, all right, the education, the skills. This is where I think the sustainability is linked towards community engagement, all right. So for example, a few programs like the M Kitchen program, we have the Your Single Mother program, that is catering for the society, okay. So and then also is very, and everybody, the lecturer, the student, everything should subscribe everybody to this concept of fardu kifayah, yeah, because if you do it, then the rest will be forgiven if you don't do it. You can go to the kampong to teach the school children, okay, social entrepreneurship, and so on and so forth, okay. So I'd like to share some literature in Indonesia. Indonesia, they have this concept called pengabdian masyarakat. It's a very strong word, from so they are so in taking care of the society, okay. So this is something that I think we should emulate. As you are aware, for example, in Gontor, Gontor is of course the Wakaf University. They have mineral water punya factory, Prof. They have it. And also in UIN, they have this project like ikan keli, kind of thing. So this has been mentioned also in part of our flagship. So actually, and forbid what is evil, is there who will be successful. So obviously this one is the fact that we should do amal ma'ruf and nahi munkar. Okay. So lastly, since it is Ramadan, all right, we also like to remind ourselves to be sustainable during Ramadan month. So how can this be done? For example, we should not buy food excessively, okay, especially during iftar. Do not waste. This is also one of the things that it is reminded for us as a Khalifah, not to waste things. Practice sharing. There should be sharing more, session like this, okay, and maybe WhatsApp messenger will or something like this to share things that to be done that should be done well as well, okay. So as I mentioned, we are very happy in the Kuliah. We are, like brothers and sisters here, and this place is also quite new. So I think during night you all have the Tarawih here, isn't it? Inshallah, we will find time for the staff to join us. Our M Kitchen student, okay, they are now operating a bazaar up there in Ramadan. If you have free time, give them a smile. If not, you want to buy something, And lastly, I would like to remind also, maybe all of us know, as Islamic University, we have our duty of giving trust, okay, and to maintain this amanah, as really mentioned in one of the 17 goals that we should be, Khalifah, in order to meet rahmatan lil alamin. So I think points that we can share. After all, this is also a sharing session. Okay, end up with Wabillahi taufiq. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Tanyalah, any question ke apa ke? Okay.
Just for the sharing session today.